Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is ChukwunonsoCaptures, aka Mazi. Check 'em, aka the Photo Cosmetic Surgeon, and welcome back to Photo Lab. Shout out to all my clients out there. You are appreciated. Special thanks to all the models out there. You keep me inspired. One love to all of my supporters on social media. You keep me going. All right, so this video is a short clip, right? One of my shorts that I created from taking one of my longer videos and cutting it down to a very specific, interesting segment of it that I'd like you guys to take a look at, a very interesting part of it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into it, all right? Take a look.
Let us begin. I'm going to show you how to, like I said, later on, I'm going to show you guys how to make these, but right now I'm going to just hop right into the editing itself. So first step here is to deactivate this high frequency layer and then click on this low frequency layer so that it is active and visible. So this is a low frequency layer. And this is a layer that's just going to contain all of the colors, the spots, the areas that are in between any of the pores or anything like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to filter, and I prefer doing there's different types of blurs that you can use. Some people use Gaussian, but I like doing a surface blur. So what the surface blur does, I like it a little bit better than Gaussian blur. As you can see, it's blurring a lot of her skin, but it's keeping a few tiny little pores and things like that, which is okay. I like it a little bit better because it makes the picture, it just kind of retains a little bit more of that realistic feel in the picture itself. So you just kind of play with the radius and the threshold to get it to where you want it to be. And so what I'm paying more so attention to is like this area right here, like her cheek. I want just enough textures, just enough difference. And the textures is just the difference between, a smooth part or a highlight, mid-tone, or shadow. Okay, good enough. So just wait for that to apply surface blur. The thing that I don't like so much about surface blur is that it kind of takes a while to apply the settings. Gaussian blur tends to be a little bit quicker. I think the reason why is because surface blur is being careful not to remove too much of the pores and everything like that. Okay, so now that that's done, see this high frequency layer that we had, the high frequency texture layer? So we blurred the low frequency layer, but this high frequency layer up here, I'm going to make that active. And what I'm going to do is go to image, apply image, and I'm going to apply this low frequency blur layer to the high frequency layer so that I'm going to be making changes here, but it's almost kind of going to be like, affecting both of them, right? So low frequency blur, sometimes when you're doing this, it won't be selected automatically, but you're gonna hit low frequency blur for layer, and the blending mode is gonna be subtract, right? And the scale is gonna be 2, and the offset is gonna be 128. Usually, pretty much, I think whenever you do it, the opacity is usually automatically set to 100 and everything like that, but the blending and the layer and the scale and offset are usually the things that you have to change. So you're gonna hit OK. And then the way that you're gonna blend this high frequency layer is that you're going to go to a blending mode of linear light. And you'll know that you followed the steps correctly if basically this looks just like it did in the very beginning, right? Like if you were to Alt or Option on a Mac, click, so Option click on a Mac or Alt click on a PC on this bottom layer, right? It would look exactly the same, right? So when I Alt click or Option click on the bottom layer, what it does is it deactivates all the layers above it, as you can see, right? So it looks exactly the same. Now, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start blurring. I'm going to start frequency. Well, I've done the frequency separation of. Basically, there's two different layers here. And what I'm going to do is hold down spacebar, and then a hand comes up, and you can kind of just move it around, right? And so what I'm going to do is come up here and grab the lasso tool. Let me zoom in a little bit. And you could also, another way to zoom in is to hit Control or Command on the Mac, and then the plus button. That's good enough. So what I want to do is highlight. So I'm going to start blurring now, right? I'm going to start blurring parts of her skin. So I'm going to lasso part of her skin, start on her forehead right here, and so that gets selected, right? And what you want to do is, so basically what you want to do is you want to select part of her forehead here, and then type in 20 for the feather rate of the pixels. It just kind of makes this selection a lot smoother. That's what the 20 does. 20, I found that works well on most pictures. So what you do is you select it, type in 20 up here. Right, you just hit enter. It should make any changes to the smoothness of this line if it's not already typed in for you. And then you're gonna hit filter, blur, and surface blur like we did before. And then I'm just going to now blur individually this part of her forehead. That looks. So it's gonna take a little bit of time for this one part, but it gets easier with time, I promise. Then all I'm gonna do is just I won't have to hit these slider bars over and over again. Let me preview that. Yeah, so you see the difference, you see what it's doing. I'm just hitting the preview button up here and seeing what type of blur it's giving me. As you can see, it kind of smoothed out. Let me hit the preview again. It kind of smoothed out like parts of her skin that were, you know, just some were more highlighted, some were more shadowed, some were higher, some were a little bit darker. So that's what it did. Okay, so that's good enough. I'm gonna hit OK. So it applied those changes. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So this is just a lot of iterative changes over time. So to all of my clients, this is the reason why it takes me a while to edit your pictures. All this intricate care taken. So once that this part has been surface blur, I'm going to hit Control or Command on the Mac, D, to deselect it, and I'm just going to move around to the other parts of her face, just selecting the next part, right? So I'm going to do here, like that, and I'm just going to hit Control or Command on a Mac, Option on a Mac, or Alt on a PC, and F, and that applied that same filter from before. If you saw that change. So let me go back to over here to the lasso. You see that, and I'm going to reapply the surface blur. You see that? That's what it did. So I'm just going to Control D to deselect, or Command D to deselect. Command D for the Mac, and I'm just gonna go around different parts of her face. I'm going to try to avoid, you know, parts like her eyes, or, you know, parts where there's like major changes in her facial features and things like that, and like the mouth and her lips, just kind of like where the skin is. And I'm just gonna apply that surface blur. So hit that. So I'm going to do Control Alt F or Command Option F. It's gonna apply that. There we go. It's gonna apply that blur. Move this down a little bit. Control D or Command D. And just going to just get the rest of the parts of the face. Apply the filter. Control D. I didn't really like that one, so let me go back. It kind of got. See, I didn't like that. I'm gonna deselect. It kind of got a little bit of the gray over here. The gray mixed into her skin. Saw that? I don't like that. So I'm gonna Control D, and I'm gonna be a little bit careful to just only. Oops. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful to only select. Just be a little bit more careful to not get close to the backdrop, that gray backdrop. Control Alt F. It keeps doing it. Let me go back. You know what? This part of her, it's basically all highlight anyway. So, to be honest with you, I can probably get away with not even frequency separating this portion. So you know what, let me go back. I'm just gonna leave that part alone. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna hit this with a mixer brush and smooth everything out. It won't make any difference at all. Smooth that out a little bit. Also, her wrist, I should say. And you could do it, you can hit this a few different times. So you can hit Control Alt F 2 or 3 times, and the more you do it, the more the blur is applied. I just did it twice for that part of the wrist. Arm. Twice. In the comment section, let me know how many Mac users versus PC users are on this. And I'm kind of explaining how each of the like the buttons to use. So I'm hitting Control D to deselect. And I'm going to hit forehead again one more time like this. Alt F. Let me know who all my Command Option F people are, the Mac users, in the comment section. Okay, so Control D. I'm PC all day. But I know I do have an iPhone. But I know Apple people are very passionate about their products. Okay, so let me see if I can do this one more time. Do one more pass through all this. A little bit more of a detailed. Serious surgery here, because I mean, there's software that can do a lot of this for you, but you know, Nothing like having a photographer hand touch all of these pictures and really target the areas that are best, that are, you know, that need exactly what you want. Okay, so this is pretty good. Doesn't look amazing right now, but we're gonna add a little bit more of some finishing touches to this to really get it to where it needs to be. And the interesting about this picture, she has a reflection. She has a reflection over here, so I'm gonna try to maybe do the same thing on the reflection, to be honest with you. The reflection kind of has like blur going on. This is an interesting editing job here. It's like double the work. So I'm not gonna do too much work on the reflection. Is when I do I hit it with the mixer brush. I'm gonna pay more attention to the reflection to get it to where it needs to be, because the reflection is already kind of blurry. So I'm gonna alt click here, so you can see it before and after, so you can see what it looks like right now. See alt. See that? That's what we've done thus far. All right. So that's the change thus far. As you can see, it's kind of, you know, evened out. Our skin doesn't look perfect. Doesn't look the way we want it to right now, but it's good enough.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I sure did. So please leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and let me know what you thought about that video. If you want to see like different types of like new content similar to that, or if you have new ideas for me or any requests, I can make a video for you. So let me know in the comment section below and I'll make a video for you. Yeah, so please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content like this, share this with a friend, and make sure to hit that bell button to get a notification anytime I post new videos. Yeah, so if you would like to see the main video that this came from, it should be showing up on the screen right now. That way you can check out the main video, and if you wanted to see, like, you know, just the beginning, the middle, the end, all the other parts related to that video, then you can check it out. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.